for the thick of it all. If they don't give me room, well then I'll give them a while. I'm gonna smoke my tires when the victory calls. I'm gonna be there, be there. I wanna see my face up on the jumbo screen. Feel the white hot metal of a winning machine. Because you win or you lose and there's no in between. I wanna be there, be there, be there.
NASCAR on speed. Be there.
We keep it on the East Coast as we go to Dover for the Goody's 250. We're racing under the lights here at the Dover International Speedway. On the poles, the number 12 of Steve Morgan. 2's outside the 52 of Tim Randolph. Then 30 of Mike McDonald. 4th is Marcus Sacchi and Jeff Bright rounding out the top 5. Then 6th you have Mathis Wells. 7th is Jack Canaramo and 8th you have Sebastian Kukulon. 9th is Danny Lloyd and Isaac Nichols rounds out the top 10. The rest of the field is Coluigi in the 24 trying to turn his luck around with DJ Reed in the 33. Then there's James Dablio and points leader Colton. He has it by 98 points. Then there's Diego Yepes with Alex Stewart. They have Keith Stevens and Jonathan Beeford, Stephen Baker and Jake Galloway. Then there's Landon Lyons and Luke Rainey, Michael Canto and Carson Bowers. They have Steve Larker and Trey Rainey, Tim Gary and Levi Shones. Then there's Alan Bowen and JJ Reed, Stephen Taylor and Justin Zidell. They have Derek Hamill and Michael Ferris. And in the final row, Riley Sprody in the 49 with Laura Delano in the 27 to his outside. There's your 36 truck starting lineup as we go racing at Dover. Let's get our starting command.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Settle in, relax, take a deep breath. It's a long, hard race. Gotta pace yourself.
38 laps around the Monster Miles. The 36 truck field rolls off the starting grid, led by Steve Morgan in the number 12 truck. Night racing here at the Monster Mile. It's a new concept here in this series. Only the second season we've been racing under the lights here, so maybe some unknowns still at hand. Who will win after 38 laps around the Monster Mile? Definitely eat trucks up here tonight. Morgan, Randolph front row. Behind him, McDonald and Sacchi. To the green flag we go, and we're racing here at Dover. Inside, definitely the place to be. Lap 1 led by Steve Morgan. It looked like a truck had an issue going into turn 1. It was JJ Reed, and it sold up Delano, Hamill, and Zidell. Those three now off pace, hoping for a yellow to come out. And JJ Reed's in the pits with an issue. Now for the race lead, McDonald side by side with Morgan through 3. With that high lane run as they come off turn number 4. Keeps Steve Morgan in the race lead. Jeff Bright's up to 3rd from the 5th starting position. Back there's some contact. 2 teammates, Nichols and Baker. And a side by side battle just outside the top 10. As Stephen Baker on the inside lane definitely got the advantage here as they come off turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Yeah, the inside really works in 1 and 2, but in 3 and 4 you might want to be on the outside a little bit more than you want to be on the inside. So here through 1 and 2, the drivers on the inside might be able to get clear, as you can see Sacchi and that Lloyd back there battling for 6th and 7th. Code Luigi in the 24 trying to get up inside, further inside the top 10. He's going for what looks to be 7th position. On the 92, Marcus Sacchi has James Dablio behind him in the 75 truck. Mathis Wells in the 51 also up top. As the front of the field getting a little bit spread out. You can see the run off the top side they get through 3 and 4. But through 1 and 2, the end side can get a really good run and get clear of some drivers right there. You can see it, like the A7 falling back. The 33, the 74 got a great run. But now in 3 and 4, you're going to be on the outside lane. You see Wells going down to the bottom. It's not going to work for him. He might fall and lose some ground. Up front, McDonald trying to get by Morgan as Cameron tries to get by Jeff Bright. Off into turn 1. That's what McDonald needs right there. Need to get that 12 truck up high. Side by side, Canarava grabs 3rd. Danny Lloyd coming for a top 5 spot as McDonald still side by side with Morgan through 3. He has the advantage down low. Can he complete the pass? Still trying, still side by side. Off into turn 1. Myatt McDonald clears the 12 of Morgan, your new race leader. It's the number 7 truck. Canarama gets his 2nd. Jeff Wright trying to get back up to 3rd. Tim Randolph rounds out the top 5. Danny Lloyd is falling back. Mathis Wells coming up to the front. Canarama and Morgan still side by side. Jeff Bright looking for a way to go in the 68. Canorama has the better lane down low. He clears the 12. Now for third. Jeff Bright trying to clear Morgan. Looks like he does. Off into turn 3, and here comes Tim Randolph in the 52. Side by side with pole Sarah Morgan, who falls back to 4th. Looks like he's going to be able to keep 4th, though. And he does. Now we'll see if anyone can do anything with Myatt McDonald. Can Jack Canorama get up there? Can someone like Jeff Bright try and pounce? Front 10, single file. Here comes Wells on Lloyd. That's for 6th. Sachi side by side with Stevens for 8th and 9th. And back there, log jam with trucks for 10th. Stablio, Kukulan, Luigi, Yepez, Baker, Lyons, all back in this log jam for 10th, 11th. On back. It's for the race lead. Canorama trying to get by McDonald in 3. Morgan's up to 3rd. Just got by Jeff Brent in the 68. McDonald with that high lane run stays clear. And Canorama falls back a little bit. And now Steve Morgan looking to the inside, trying to get back up to that race lead after falling. Side by side with Canorama. Jeff Bright. Who's he go with? Who's he give the draft to? Down low, the 12 of Morgan. Buries it down to the bottom. Canorama couldn't get the run that time. Steve Morgan trying to get clear. Jeff Bright trying to get back up to 3rd. That's where he's been pretty much all race. He falls to 4th for a lap or 2, but then gets right around for 3rd. It's 2 tandems. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Bright down low. Canorama up top. Behind those 2, Wells and Randolph. It looks like Tim Randolph is going to go to the top 5 to get to 4th right here if he gets a good run off the top side. But Canorama a little bit slower there. 50 truck keeps 3rd. Jeff Bright keeps 4th. Randolph falls back to 6th as Mathis Wells moves up to 5th. The front of the field spread out. Wells to 5th. Here's the battle for 6th. Stevens trying to keep it below Tim Randolph. Sachi in the 92 coming back up to the front. He just got by Danny Loy in the 92. Or in the 98, excuse me. Jeff Bright at the track. Wells to the inside gets 4th. And that 68 has not looked that great ever since we've taken the green flag. He's been falling back. He's really just been 3rd, and looks like he's kind of been holding some people up. So maybe Jeff Bright's truck just not that great in the longer runs. And it's showing right now. He keeps following, and Keith Stevens really has nowhere to go on the top side, stuck behind him, and Marcus Sachi might get 2 spots right here in the 92 truck. He just got by Stevenson. Looks like Jeff Bright is really till he's getting falling back as well. 4th, 3rd, Mathis Wells charging to the front. He's side by side with Cameron Ramos, the front 2. Nose to tail. Morgan's right on McDonald. Does he have a run for him? Through 1 and 2. Steve Morgan looking a little bit lower than the 7. Couldn't get that run. Mathis Wells clears for 3rd. Randolph for 4th on Canorama. Looks like he's going to be able to take that spot. Now through 3. Morgan once again a little bit lower. McDonald a little bit higher. Wells clears 3rd. Randolph to 4th. Battle side by side with Canorama. Randolph finally gets clear. Marcus Sachi moves to 5th at the moment. And up ahead, still nose to tail at the front. It's still McDonald leading Morgan. And the 12 fades a little bit right there as they come off turn number 4. Back here, battle for a top 5 spot. Canorama up top. Down low, Marcus Sachi in the 92 will take that spot away. And Stevens for 6th now. As the battle at the front's kind of come down, we're going to look back to where your points there, Colton Yo is. Currently 17th. It could be a lot better, but it could be a lot worse for that number 10 truck. And back here, these 3 that got caught at the back, they're still hoping for a yell, and they're not getting one. Hamill, Delano, Zidell, and the 8 truck is out. We're actually going to see what it was. It was just a retirement, so we actually don't know what it was classified as. These front 2 really pulled away as we're coming to halfway. 19 laps to go around the Monster Mile. 3rd and 4th starting to run down these front 2. Wells and Randolph. And then 5th is Sachi. Canorama 6th. Stevens 7th. Stablio 8th. Bright 9th. Luigi 10th. DJ Reed in the 33 going low for 10th with Sebastian Kukulan behind him. Well, he may have given that 24 a little bump there, and Luigi could not get the run. That's Colton Yo. That was 3 wide up top. That is your points leader fading back. See the run off the top for that 24, though. Getting clear. Canorama back up to the top 5. He grabs 5th from Sachi. And Stablio going to try and go for 6th. Sachi has a hole. He gets down. Look at the crossover he's trying to put on Canorama. Couldn't get done, though. Now 3 trucks break away as Mathis Wells is linked on to these front 2, but no one can make a move. It's so hard to make passes here at Dover. That clean air is king. We're seeing that right now. It's very hard to make passes at the front. Mathis Wells may have a say in this before the day is done. He's coming up onto the back bumper of your Pulsar Steve Morgan. I think we could see something out of Mathis Wells before this night's over. That's for sure. Back there, still the battle for 5th. Cannon trying to keep it. Stablio finally gets to 6th. Marcus Sachi back to 7th and possibly 8th. As here comes Wells for 2nd. Tight down low, though. Morgan, he's going to get a great run off the top side, though. This could have helped the 12. Getting that run down the straightaway. Wells falls back. Gives that 12 a little bit of breathing room to try and get back up to the 7 and run him down. See back there are some battles, but right now the front 10, 11, single file. Especially Glenn falling back. And your points leader, Colton Yell's just fallen a few positions back to 19th. So there's a side-by-side battle in front of him. Steph Maker trying to get by Danny Lloyd. Lloyd looked like he had a pretty good truck. He was running top 10. Looks like the 98 starting to fade here. He's outside the top 15 now. You got some others trying to work their way up to the front, like here, Jeff Bright, Co-Luigi in battle. Bright's truck has fallen off just like Lloyd's, and Luigi trying to get by in the 24s. Back up front. There is a battle. Yeah, Morgan got right back up to the back bumper. That 7 truck and Mathis Wells is there as well. It's a 3 trucks under a blanket. Then 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Looks like they're in a pretty heated battle back there. But Tim Ralph trying to run down these front 3. Morgan tight through 3 and 4. Loses some ground. Mathis Wells to the back bumper. Does he look to the inside into turn 1? He didn't have the run to do that. We're coming to 11 laps to go. Wells to the bottom of Steve Morgan. Does he have the run, though, to get it done? At turn 3, that's not the place you want to be making passes. And right there, tight for that 51. And Morgan clears. Back there, 4th and 5th, they're starting to gain. Brandoff and Canaramo. They have Stablio and Keith Stevens 6th and 7th. Sachi back to 8th. Jeff Bright keeps 9th. Code Luigi 10th. In single file, they've pulled away. Oh, caution's out! Yellow number 1, and it's late in the race. It's the 29 of Isaac Nichols. Racing back, 10 to go in yellow flag. Mike McDonald leads us back. Isaac Nichols in the 29. There's Zidell with heavy damage. Is that Bowers slowing to the pits? Heavy contact. And Isaac Nichols, one of them with the most damage, and this will change everything. Let's see how the caution was caused. This was a really big pack, led by Colton Yo and Levi Shones. There are 3 wide. There's Stephen Baker and Nichols' teammate up top. And right here you can see Nichols, it looks like the 21 Galley kind of gets into him. The 29 gets loose there, down to the 20 of Stewart, then gets up in the 98, gets in the wall. Landon Lyons hits right there, and then the 29 goes down. He missed the inside wall, but then comes right back up, and Bowers has nowhere to go. And it looks like Michael Ferris does a great job missing. Trey Rainey and Luke Rainey gets pretty heavy damage in the 88 truck. And where does... Oh, Zidell right there. He was in the back pack, and he just got contact there. That was a pretty crazy crash. You see, I think the 29 just got a little loose maybe off the corner. Got down to the 21 and the 28. And then hooked the 28, and it was on from there. A lot of trucks actually got minimal damage in this, as a lot of them just kind of got banged around. Right there, Luke Rainey had nowhere to go in that. And then right here, Zidell into it. So tough break for Nichols, and some of the others have damage. Not what McDonald wanted to see. He was doing a pretty good job at keeping the lead. But now he's got to deal with a restart. And all the trucks behind him are going to have good runs. Can they get by him is the question. It's going to be a late race restart, maybe about 7 or 6 laps to go. 6 laps left here in the Goodies 250 at Dover. JJ Reed, remember, he was out, but Justin Zidell retired from that crash. Nichols and Bowers are both 1 lap down. Luke Rainey with damage last truck on the lead lap, going to try and finish there. Mike McDonald's dominated this race, but can he hold on this restart? Steve Morgan from the pole, he led the first few laps. He's 2nd. Mathis Wells had a flyer here tonight. He's 3rd. Tim Randolph 4th. Jack Canaramo in 5th. Pace truck off. Final restart of the night. 6 laps to go here in the Goodies 250. We're back racing at Dover. That was a slow restart there. Some trucks spun the tires. We'll see who's the first to break low. It's Mathis Wells for 2nd. I think he's had one of the fastest trucks here tonight. If he can get up there to 2nd, and he can have a shot at this thing. Down the back, he's already looking low. Into 3. Can he get the bottom lane run? Off of 4. McDonald clears. 5 laps left. If the yellow were to fly, it would be official. Maya McDonald trying to hold off Mathis Wells and Tim Randolph. Canorama for 4th. Morgan fading back in the 12. Down the back into turn 3. Mathis Wells, a great run through 3 and 4. To the back bumper of the 7. Can he pull low off into turn 1? 4 laps left. Looking low. Got a little tight. He let off. Couldn't complete the pass. Trying to stay side by side into turn 3. It's not going to work. We're coming to 3 laps to go. For 3rd, Steve Morgan coming back. It's a 2-horse race at the front. Mathis Wells trying to get by Maya McDonald in some way. 3 laps left. Again, a peak to the bottom. But can't get there. 2-horse race at the front. It's going to be Maya McDonald or Mathis Wells winning this race unless they have some sort of altercation and crash each other. And the 7's gotten away. 2 laps left. 2 miles. Does Wells mount one last charge? Or does McDonald win it handily? We're coming to the white flag. Morgan has cleared for 3rd. Randolph back to 4th. Wells would need to run this lap. At the white flag, we're on the final lap of the Goodies 250. Maya McDonald trying to close out a dominating performance. Wells is there in the 51, trying to take advantage. And down the backstretch of their race. Maya McDonald's a nice gap over at Wells. He can just take it nice and easy into turn 3. He does that. Wells, not close enough. Maya McDonald will dominate the Goodies 250 and get the victory lane at Dover. And the rest of the field coming across. That was a great race by Maya McDonald. No one was able to mount a charge on him. Even when they were, no one was able to get by. Maya McDonald wins the Goody 250. Let's now go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Goodies 250 at Dover. There was 1 caution flag for 4 laps, and 2 drivers led this race. Maya McDonald's one of them. He led 33 to 38 laps to get to victory lane. Mathis Wells close, but he'll end up 2nd. Steve Morgan from the pole led the first 5 laps, ends up 3rd. Tim Randolph in 4th, and Jack Canorama rounds out the top 5. They have Marcus Sachi in 6th, James Tableo 7th, Jeff Bright 8th, Keith Stevens 9th, and DJ Reed gets up to 10th there at the end. There is your top 20. Colton Yo ends up 17th. A decent day. I think he actually extends his points lead as some of the drivers behind him in points had issues here tonight as well. Look down at the rest. Now let's go look at the point standings. Here are the points as we leave Dover. Colton Yo's got back up to over 100 points. 126 back is Marcus Sachi, who is now up to 2nd. Alex Stewart falls to 3rd, but still in a good chase spot. Mike McDonald with that win is up to 4th, and Carson Bowers 5th with 2 victories. They have DJ Reed in 6th, Riley Sprague-Tube 7th, Levi Shones in 8th, Mathis Wells up to 9th, and Diego Yepes holds the final top 10 spot in 10th. There is your top 20, and the wildcard spot up for grabs. Keith Stevens with a win, Jack Canorama with a win, Isaac Nichols with a win. They're 11th, 12th, and 13th, and don't forget about Stephen Baker back in 15th with a victory. He can also get up there. And there's some big names that do not have wins or are not in the chase right now. Luke Rainey in the ADA is 18th in points currently. We look down at the rest of the points here. We see down here some other big names. Justin Zidell, Code Luigi, Michael Canto, Jake Galloway. Trey Rainey is down 27th, a series which has been great to him in the past. Struggling. Michael Ferris made the Final 4 last season. Jeff Bright, a Cup Series and Target Series champion. Lord Olano, so much hype surrounding her season. She's down 92 points back of 35th. And only 1 top 10 on the season. So we'll look ahead to the next race, which will be held at Pensacola for the Target 250. It's going to be a fun one here in Florida. I'll see you guys then.